From the Doppler Weather Center, this is a winter weather update.
All right, we are up and running. Let me double check. Let me double check and see if we're up and running. Yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, snowstorm is starting. We got the snow already moving into parts of our western counties, already moving into Indianapolis. Stop here. And you see at the bottom the winter storm warning that's now in effect for basically most of our coverage area. And here's the snow on radar. Here's the snow from Southport all the way down to Martinsville. These heavier bursts from Eminence to Martinsville all the way over to Danville, Illinois. Another band starting from Farmersburg to Bedford. That is going to be lifting off to the east, southeast, and there is a decent amount to our west that we need to watch out for. And we're going to switch over to another radar source. Let's take this radar source right here. And there is the snow. You see that blue from all the way from Sioux City, Iowa, all the way down to about eastern Indiana. That is the heavier bands of the snow that will continue to move in this direction towards Indianapolis, most of central Indiana. You see, we got a little bit of rain to the north, but the radar is saying this is actually snow. So we have a decent amount of snow. This is going to continue going on for the next couple of hours, probably through the winter storm warning is in effect until 12 o'clock tomorrow. So we're going to see what they do with that. So here's the impact. So 4 to 8 for central Indiana. Cold temps, yes. We already know about that. Starting to now through Sunday morning, you need to be aware of the messy travel conditions. 4 to 8 inches. Gotta watch that. Now, here we go. Let's take our forecast at a glance. 28 snow, heavy at times. We're gonna get to 15. The temps will start to decrease a decent amount. Let me just say that. Because we're currently at 26. It will continue to go down to 15 as the day progresses. And yeah, it's going to get a little crazy for the drive. So if you have any plans, if you have any driving plans, just be wary about that. If we can, let me take Exact Track. So here's Exact Track, and I want to move it a little bit. So here's Exact Track. So this is 12 o'clock. This is not the newest model, but this is something that came in a couple hours ago. So let's start it. Here is 11 o'clock. Snow is going to continue. Snow is starting already. It said it was supposed to start 3 o'clock. Snow is just starting, and it's going to continue throughout the next couple of hours. So really, main time frame is until potentially now until potentially 3 o'clock, now until probably tomorrow. So we're gonna have to watch that. Here is snowfall totals, and this is one model. This is not just going to be one definitive spot. This is one model. It's showing about isolated areas of up to six inches possible in this lighter blue area right in here. So the darker blues, let me zoom in actually so you can get closer on here. So darker blues are saying to they're saying 5 to 6, probably 7 inches. But mainly 4s and 5s. Up north, less, about 2 to 4 inches, and closer to Chicago, about 1 to probably none. then southwestern Indiana, you're probably not going to get in on a whole lot of snow. You're going to get in on some snow, yes, but you're not going to get as much snow as areas like Indianapolis, Crawfordsville, Kentland, Hopeton. So it matters if you go further east. It matters if you go further west. If you go further south, you're not going to get a whole lot of snow. You're probably not going to even get a whole lot of travel impacts further south. But further north, so north of Bloomington, north of Columbus, it's where the 6 to possibly 7 inches possible in some of these spots. And it's gonna get cold out there. Let me take back this model. I don't want you to pay attention to the snow. Yes, it's going to snow. But these temperatures on top, we could get to we could get to -7. We could get to possibly the negative teens in some places across central Indiana. So north of Bloomington, that's the highest chance for negative temps. So -7, -8 basically in Indianapolis. And it's going to get colder and colder and colder as it goes. And I want to let me see if I can take the 8 day span real quick. But yeah, winter storm warning in effect till 12 o'clock Sunday. So from now till midnight. And this is for basically central, western, and parts of eastern Indiana. Winter threats. Heavy snow is definitely main threat. We're going to see 4 to maybe 8 inches of snow. Ice is low, but not zero. Freezing rain is minimal, and lightning, with some of these heavier bursts, we could get a few lightning strikes, and yeah, they can still be as destructive as a normal thunderstorm. So make sure you guys stay inside for that 8 day span for northern Indiana. They're gonna get the 2 to 4 inches. So red mode in effect for Saturday into Sunday morning with snowy conditions and temps in the teens, lows in the teens, and gonna try to warm up next week. Let's move to central Indiana, which the hot spot basically. So Sunday, Sunday, 4 to 8 inches possible. People are saying, oh, like last time. We had about an inch to about 2 inches yesterday. But this is going to be the bigger band of snow. And you see for lows, negative temps for Saturday night into Sunday night. We're going to try to rebound into the 50s possibly through Wednesday and Thursday. Let's move south into southern Indiana where they could get the low to maybe 1 to 2 inches. And low temps 4. And they're going to be the bigger spots that have potentially get 50s and a couple of 60s further south towards the Kentucky state line. Now I want to bring it back to radar. Actually, I want to take high res radar real quick, which will show the higher totals. Here's radar. And real quick, let me do something real quick. Just give me a sec. There we go. Okay, so high res radars. Um, where you see these heavy bursts, this is the rainfall, yes. But where you see some of these heavy greens, that is heavy snow moving in to parts of central Indiana. And real quick, I want to take correlation coefficient, which debris tracker. You can see this is all snow. All snow. We usually use this for tracking tornadoes with debris and such, but it can help definite with winter storms. And where you see some of these, it's snowing. Let's just say that it's snowing, and it's snowing as far west as Pierce, Nebraska. I want to take let me take weather-wise full. But yeah, it's snowing as far west as Pierce, the north Nebraska, and as far east as Batesville, Indiana. And let me see if I can pull up our measuring tool. That is That is about 600 miles west. So the difference is kind of crazy. So about 600 miles further west. This snow is going to continue throughout the day. You see winter storm warnings in effect for the areas Cincinnati, Dayton, Pittsburgh, south of Pittsburgh, Charleston, Elkins, where they can see 4 to 6 inches, just like us. And I want to take radar tour. I want to take a radar tour. I want to take precip type. And you see, this is showing rain. This is snow further north towards Kokomo, Logansport, and Peru. I want to switch and take radar north. It's not snowing yet. You see a little bit of burst towards Three Rivers, Coldwater up in Michigan. But it's not snowing in Fort Wayne just yet. The snow is going to continue to move east into like Rochester. It's going to start in Rensselaer, Monticello, Winnemac. It's going to continue to fire up and move east. Let's head south to about Evansville. It's basically going to be north of Vincennes, and it's snowing heavily. Bloomfield, Sullivan, Bedford, Salem, all the way down to Shelbyville, Kentucky, which is the city east of Louisville, not a different Shelbyville, but Vincennes, Washington, further south towards Henderson and Owensboro, Tell City. Not gonna see that much snow, but you're gonna be able to see snow, and it could stick to the ground. Stick to let's get back to Indianapolis, and yeah, it's just snowing. Actually, let's take the Morse Lake camera, which Morse Lake is up in Noblesville. So we're looking further north of Indianapolis. So further north, actually, I want to do the split screen with our radar and the Morse Lake Skytrack cam. But yeah, snow is definitely starting. You see this heavy band from Fisher, Ratul, Royal, Danville, Perrysville. That's going to continue to move east. And yeah, could be a threat. I want to see if I could turn on lightning tracker real quick. Actually, lightning tracker is on. Surprisingly, snow lightning they being detected anywhere with this snow. And further west, you see these snow reports. 2 inches up in Muscatine, Iowa. 2 inches in Galona, Iowa. It's almost 3 inches, and then 2 inches over in Iowa City, and 1.5 near the city of Bloomington, Illinois, which is northwest of Champaign, Illinois. So let's get back to Futurecast, and I want to take it to the excuse me. I want to take it to the snowfall totals real quick. Actually, I want to switch the models real quick. Let's switch models to the NAM model, which is another model we use. And let me close that. Let's take the model. So this specific model is showing 5 to 6 inches further west, and you see Tuscola 6.7 inches almost. And you see further north Indiana, Fort Wayne, Huntington 2 to 3 inches. You see over Monticello, but probably an inch to probably 2 inches further north. Then further south, this particular model is showing the more heavier snow towards Bedford, Salem, which is where the heavy snow is falling. But further towards Evansville, not enough, but I already know people are trying to say, hey, why didn't we why didn't we get snow canceled? They said 2 to 4 inches. We had about an inch, but this was including this next round of snow that's moving through right now. In areas, if you're going to Toledo, Chicago, probably Evansville, you're probably not going to get any snow. Chicago might not even get any snow at all. or at least on this particular model, not showing that much. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. Let me take that full. So yeah, we're gonna end it in a second, but let's take radar and we'll go back to the 8-day span. So yeah, heavy snow. You see this heavy area from Danville, Yedo, all the way down to Danville, Indiana, which west of Indianapolis. Snow is starting in Vincennes. Snow is starting in Princeton. This will continue to move off to the east, southeast. And I want to get back to the winter storm impacts. Yeah, 4 to 8 inches central Indiana, further north 2 inches, further south probably nothing. Cold temps, we could even, yeah, negative temps possible today through